Good evening.
My man.
I told you I'd be driving. I told you.
Hey, man, you's a busy guy. I respect that. You
How
on
we
it.
doing, brother? How we
I'm
doing?
doing well. How are you doing today?
Blessed, highly favored, getting
There
above the
it is.
ground, man. So I'm good.
That's what's up. First of all, I want to start this off like this. I want to celebrate you, and
Appreciate you.
you're an upstanding dude, man. And
Appreciate you.
I've been peeping you out, and before we get into your fashion and all that, how's your mother doing?
I'm on my way there now. So she's doing okay. This is it's a business. It's a journey. So every day is a little different. We got to accept the journey for what it looks like, and
Right.
encourage her to her greatness. So it's good.
Well, when you get a chance, I want your mom to hear me say this. Mama Ford, I am so proud of your son. You did great. You have a great son. He's awesome. So,
Thank you, brother.
let her know we're celebrating you right now.
I will do. Will do.
So what I want to know is, like, with all you got going on between your mother and then the business, how do you mentally handle that? It has to be a lot.
It's a lot. Just take it a day at a time, a moment at a time. If something don't happen in a day, you can't be mad about it.
Right.
So mama first, business second, and that's the way I do it. Mama first, business second. And I think by now all the people that do business with me understand that. It's
Right.
mama first, and and business second, and it goes a long way. And I appreciate everybody that supports me because they know what the situation is.
Right. I think it's incredible how you make the best of it because, like I said, I know it has to be hard. You probably the only thing you lacking is rest.
Right, right, right.
How, how often do you get to sleep?
You know what? I got a funny day because during the day I do American business, then at night I do foreign business. So
Right.
I get maybe about 3-4 hours of sleep a night. Until my body just shuts all the way down, and then we got to cut it all the way off.
Wow. Yeah, make sure you get your rest, man. We need you out here. We need you out
I
here.
appreciate you, brother. I,
So
I
so
do
you're
my
based
best.
so you're based out of Cleveland, correct?
I am based out of Cleveland.
Okay, so what made you get started in the fashion industry?
You know what? I started with eyewear 9 years ago, and it was basically, my mother. I used as a kid. I used to draw glasses because I was a kid that wore the ugly frames, and I
Mm,
used to draw them on superheroes. She
mm,
actually kept my drawings, and those drawings she hit me. She was like, "Hey, I'm about to move. What are you gonna do with all this?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, Ma? What are you talking about?" So she pulls it out, and it was my drawings,
mm.
from a kid. I posted them on LinkedIn, and they were like, "Hey, let me fly you to Miami. I want to get a closer look at those." It was
Wow.
actually it was a lead designer from Gucci,
Mm.
and he said, "You know what? I'm not going to take you to a major brand. I'm going to teach you how to do it yourself." And so that's what happened, and I learned how to start designing for myself. And that was years ago, and it kept going, and now it just keeps going and going and going.
Wow. So that was your introduction to it. So you really wasn't looking forward to even getting into the game, really, huh?
No, I was actually a manufacturing engineer. So I was working in the factory. I was actually designing pistons for NASCAR. So
Wow.
yeah. So it was still, the engineering part was still there. It was just doing
Right.
something else.
Okay. Okay. And you just kind of transferred that over.
It just transferred over, into eyewear.
Okay. Okay. So what was your first major eyewear design that you put out to the public?
The first one that I did it was called oh,
We good. Get it right.
hey, I bought this new phone holder, man.
think you're in the bad part.
Okay, there we go.
He's coming
That
back.
should be better.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yep, we good.
All right, there we go. So my first major design was called the silhouette. The silhouette was made in the design of a lady's body, and I did that, and we took it to Vision Expo. So in eyewear world, the Vision Expo is like our Mecca, places where you show all the designs. So when they saw that design, it actually made one of the major manufacturers pick me up, and they wanted to see more. And they actually funded my very first project and let me start to really lead the way, So in the eyewear world, there's only 4 black designers, not people who sell glasses, designers. And I happen to be one of them.
Man, that is rare. From Northeast Ohio.
Yes.
And people don't think much comes out of this area, but a lot of things come up out of here.
It surely does. It surely does. And I think we don't know how to celebrate each other, and I think I looked at Black History Month and somebody actually said was like, they did not celebrate you on Black History. I said, because they really don't understand the concept of eyewear, because you really don't see African Americans in eyewear. So, as we go along, it'll get celebrated later, so, and that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Right. Because you're doing your thing, you're making your moves.
Yeah, it's okay.
So when did the celebrities jump on board? Because I noticed you had a few celebrities that rocked your stuff.
A whole lot of celebrities. They really started early in my career. I was just having a conversation. Teddy Riley was actually one of the first ones. He got word from somebody in Vegas that, I was a designer, a black designer. So he actually came and did a show in Cleveland. I was still working my normal job. And they sent a message to me like, Teddy Riley wants to meet you. I'm like, Teddy Riley want to meet me? Like, yes. And he's not leaving Cleveland until he meets you. And he didn't. And so I got a chance to meet Teddy Riley. He loved my eyewear. He flew me out to Atlanta. He's flown me to Vegas. And I actually recreated the infamous pair that he wears. That is my creation.
Whoa, congratulations.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On it. And then I know you had Snoop rocking some?
Yep, Snoop, Leon, Michael Collier. I mean, there's a big list of people. I mean, we've been in, just last year, we were in 5 movies, 4 videos. We're on, I think, 6 TV shows that were out last season. We're already starting in again, probably been the same 6, if not more, this year. So the eyewear has definitely made way. We were just we had eyewear in the new Her video for the Judas and the Black Messiah video. So we had eyewear in there as well. We do a lot. We do a whole lot.
That's what's up. Now you say we. Who's your immediate team that you work with?
Me. But for business, you gotta say we. But my dad plays a definitely an intricate part. He keeps the behind the scenes together. But I can't take all the credit. I have a lot of people that's in the industry that actually, you're part of the we. That people who actually push this brand further along. You guys are the we. So I got a big team in New York. And these guys actually, I mean, since square one, they have been pushing. So when you hear me say we, it's all of y'all, man, because I can't take all the credit for the brand. I may have designed it, but I didn't get it out here like that. It took everybody's mama, cousin, uncles, aunties. I'm telling you, that's how this brand really got big, is because it's everybody telling somebody about something, and somebody's family was connected to somebody. And that's how we grew bigger.
I want to tell you what's crazy. You had 2 good friends of mine model for you. Eric Snell.
Yep.
And Frankie Yale. Frank Wilson, but Frankie Yale.
That's my buddy.
Those is my dogs, man. I love them brothers.
That's my buddy. You know what? And Frank is he don't even know how much talent he actually has. And
you sound like me now when I be talking to him.
When he did that shoot, I don't even think he understood how big it can be. And he's one of those young men I'm gonna always keep up under my wing because he's a trendsetter.
Yes.
If even if you watch his Instagram, he's such a trendsetter. He just don't
Yeah.
know it yet. But he's a big trendsetter. What's up, Eric? But it's huge. And I forgot one big major one from Cleveland. I gotta say, Eric Nolan. Eric Nolan in the Midwest area gave me my largest start. And y'all know him best. From the OJ's. You
Right.
know, um, incredible. So when he shot his last album, he put myself in the video with the eyewear on, and he wore my eyewear in his video. So it was super super dope, and I can't thank him enough.
Wow, that's amazing. So what's your selection process for your models? Because that's the one thing that I love, that you don't have a stereotype.
Mm-mm. You know, so I can't just pick just a model unless I'm doing something really really specific. But for the most part, anybody can be a model. I think the most thing I look for to see what your if you have engagement on social media. If you got engagement, come on in. Because that means you're gonna push to more people. So as long as people
Right. Think we hit a bad part of Cleveland.
probably because I'm
It's gonna
because
straighten
I'm
up
rolling.
here.
Did it
Yeah.
straighten out? Did it
Yeah.
straighten
You
out?
got. Yep.
Okay.
You good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm rolling in this car, so that's probably what it is, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. We're good. So it's just have a nice following, and then I know it's just like so many different exotic looks to the models that you have.
And that's the blessing. That's the blessing to be able to, people acknowledge the brand enough to come work with the brand. You know,
Hmm.
um, when you put up a casting call and you get, white, black, Chinese. When I first started, I could barely get a model. Now it's like I got to hold them off. Too many models. So it's a blessing.
Well, that
It's a
means you get
blessing.
a good selection. So what's the best way to get in contact with you? To send pictures. Like, what would you recommend if they want a shot?
Instagram or Facebook. Instagram or Facebook.
That's
And look, somebody just say your social media needs to be popping. That's a big one.
yeah.
But Instagram or Facebook. I look at all my messages. I don't have somebody else controlling my social media. I look at all my messages. And if I think it's worthwhile, and I look at it, I'm gonna give you a shot. I do a lot of people from Akron.
Hmm.
Akron can't say I don't show love. Even I helped build a brand there, seventh floor. I did their first eyewear line,
Mm.
which is a seventh forward. So and that it's so dope. And those are guys that did the LeBron James championship hat.
Right.
So it's super dope. I try to show that love across Ohio and the Midwest. Period.
Yeah.
I really try to show that love.
That's what's up, man. It's like you're really empowering a lot of people.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I think that's what it's all about. If we don't help build what we want to see, then we really build anything. And we have to build together.
Right.
At some point, we got to learn the more we work together, the bigger we can build. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of people just don't get that point. They're so busy trying to take care of themselves. But if you kind of feed the whole tribe, everybody can grow and be bigger.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of people I love to be around. Even if I have to cultivate that, I try to, cultivate that stream into people.
Right. And that's dope that you set a standard though too. You know what I'm saying? That people can follow.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super important. I mean, if we don't set the standard, then where will we be? We're building something called Black Luxury. So with Black Luxury, I mean, how many Black Luxury brands do you know? There
Right.
aren't any. Okay, we're one of the first that is black luxury, and it's taken 9 years for people to understand that there is, a course of action to build black luxury, which comes with better product. It comes with, maybe higher price tags.
Yeah.
It comes with building the culture. So as we're building the culture, people are like, okay, now it's no more questioning the price, or what the item may be. Now
Right.
people are like, you know what? That's black luxury. Now we got
Yeah.
our own,
Yeah.
and see,
Because people don't question Gucci, Brahmin,
no,
none of that.
they
And
don't.
that's the thing that I really noticed about you. It's like you have a high end product, and I don't
Right?
think and like with every other high end product, it's not for everybody.
That's correct.
You
That's
know.
correct. And that's the real key. And that's why I try to explain to people, you may not be able to afford it today, but just like you do with any other product, you may save your money. It may be something you get at Christmas time. It might be something for your birthday. I'm
Right.
okay with that. If somebody's not a religious shopper on my website every single day, I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. But I want you to understand that we're building something called black luxury. And if you're not understanding the concept, then we just lost. So we want people to understand we're trying to get to higher levels. We
Yeah.
want to hold our position. We want to play in the game, you know. So we're gonna play in the game of luxury. Period.
Yeah. And it's nice to have a brother like yourself, you know what I'm saying, marking his territory.
Yeah,
Because I think that's important, very important. You know,
yeah,
you establish your name and be like, all right, when y'all come through here, y'all got to come see me.
exactly. And that's exactly what happens now. With stars, when they come to town, they come see me because they know now this is the home of black luxury. Cleveland
Right.
is not a home for black luxury. Even New York City understands the concept. We in the Midwest are building black
Yeah.
luxury, and they're accepting of that.
And it's dope that you've seen that there is a demographic because a lot of people don't even understand demographics.
No, they don't. But it's very important. The demographics are very important. And I just think that everybody needs to look at this thing as a whole and understand that we got to build something better for our future for better demographics.
Yeah.
We're looking at things that are happening in the communities. Gentrification. Everybody's worried about gentrification right now. But if we start to build things at a higher level, we got more money to penetrate, and you ain't got to worry about gentrification. We can fix it ourselves.
Yeah. Because money is the end game.
Money is the end game. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's the elephant in the room, but it is the end game.
Now, are you active in things in the Cleveland area politically, community wise? What are your activities?
You know what? I was. And I tell you, until you can build the proper platform and the proper voice, I don't think it's a good thing to step into politics. I think it's better for you to stand outside of politics and build the brand first. And as we build the brand up, then we can worry about the politics side. But I think I'm a little early in the game to get out there as an activist. I got
Right.
to really understand the facts of what I'm doing, you know. But I talk to
Makes
people
total.
every day, but I don't think I should be on the platform, speaking my piece just yet. We have people for that.
Right. So you just kind of keep your hand in it a little bit,
Yeah,
take the temperature, see which the way things are moving,
yeah.
see
You
how
know,
everything's going.
I whisper in the ear of the people that make the decisions, you know. And I think that's
And
the best way to do it.
yeah, and that's dope because you one of the few people that actually have a seat at the table.
Just do a little
I think
whispering,
we broke up.
a- that I'm almost out of this area.
Okay, we
Am
can go.
we good? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
almost out of this area. I'm about to stop here in a second. But I whisper into the guys' ears that really make the decisions because a lot of them wear my eyewear. So that's the pretty cool piece of it. From people in the NAACP, to the mayor's office, they wear my eyewear. So, I give a little bit to them about what I'm thinking, and I just
Hmm.
keep it right there. And I think that's a good way to do it.
Okay, that's what's happening. Do you have any showcases or anything like that coming up anytime?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I stopped. I stopped
Okay.
that. I think that until we in the Midwest, now I will showcase, probably for Vision Expo. And our big Vision Expo happens twice a year. The first one obviously was canceled in February due to COVID, but I will showcase probably in September, which will be in Vegas. But I stopped doing too much local stuff because, as the saying goes, if you're within reach, they really don't respect you. So,
Yeah.
I just kind of move around and people see what we do. We keep our social media really active,
Right.
and then, I'm one of those ones, I'll go to everybody. If you want some of my eyewear, see it personally. You ain't got to see it on a mannequin in a shelf. I'm going to come straight to you because it's better to me for you to see it than not see it.
I feel you on that. Do you participate or attend like the New York Fashion Week?
Absolutely.
How's
Absolutely.
that experience?
We have been with major brands. Well, see, you're as an eyewear brand, you're considered as an accessory.
Right.
Okay, so we've been on runways with Donna Karen. We've been on runways with DKNY, Calvin Klein. We've done Lacoste. Over the years, we've been in all kind of always runways. Okay, LA Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week. We've done all of them. Okay, but the catch of it is now that's why I built the apparel side. It's time for us to stake our claim in the industry.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
next piece. We're going to stake our claim in the industry and really go for what we know. I can turn
Now I've
some
seen
lights on.
some of your apparel.
It's
Man,
coming.
it's
It's coming.
smoking, but it's
It's
smoking.
coming.
But I like the backpacks and
Yes.
was it the motorcycle jacket? Oh
Yes.
man, what
It's
what
coming.
inspired what inspired you to do that?
We need the lane. We need the lane. Until we build the entire lane, it's not going to work. We can work a little bit, but in order to get the entire lane of black luxury, we got to go from start to finish. We got to have every single, piece of it. We just can't be a black luxury eyewear brand. We got to have all of it or none of it, and that's why I keep building over the years. We keep building in different phases. You take these off, but we build in different phases. And those phases are so important because if you don't continue to build in phases, people going to see the eyewear and just go, oh, yeah, that's David Ford. If you keep things.
Think you froze up here for a second, and let's see here. Yeah, you froze up for a sec, bro. We're gonna be patient. We're gonna get this right. Okay.
We're back. I don't know. I don't know why. It always cuts up on me when I get on this thing.
Yeah. So you said like you just built it up.
You have to keep building. As a brand, look at any major brand. They continue to build. They can continue to put new pieces out here. If not, you become stagnant. And then when you become stagnant, nobody else really is paying attention anymore. Prime
Right.
example is Ray-Ban. Everybody knows Ray-Ban, but everybody's like, okay, it's Ray-Ban.
Right.
You don't want that. You got to keep jumping forward in the industry in order to make success.
Now, how hard is it to get into retail stores such as Dillard's, Macy's, Saks Fifth Ave?
It's not. We are preparing for that launch into Macy's. We would have had it during COVID, but now everybody's really scared right now to add new pieces. Once this thing dies down, we'll already be in Macy's. But what it takes is you got to build a reputation. Something
Hmm.
that stands out. Once you build what stands out, people are very accepting of it. So go to the buyers. First of all, it takes knocking on the doors. That's probably why I don't have a big team. I knock on all these doors myself.
Hmm.
Continuously knock, 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 knock. Somebody lets me in. And if you're not continuously knocking on doors, then they're not going to open. So it just takes being very persistent, and I was very persistent in what I wanted.
Yeah, and that's very key because I think a lot of times people get frustrated,
They do, they do.
and and you know, they fail to realize that you need them, but you gotta make them believe in you.
Correct, correct. And if they don't see that persistence, they just you're just like anybody else. There's millions of people who knock on their doors a day. And if you
Right.
don't show that persistence, they're like, it's just another brand. What makes you different?
Okay. So with your apparel, what types of apparel do you plan on having out pretty soon?
So right now we have new jogging suits for men and ladies coming. That's
Mm.
gonna be really dope. I ain't gonna give it away, but they gonna be dope. Uh, New spring jackets. Right now we just released the new crew neck um, um, sweatshirts. We just released all the new joggers, like the new sweatshirts. Look at the difference in mine over somebody else's. Okay,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
up and
yeah,
it's full. It got
it's
that
full.
full. Yeah.
So it's making a difference. So we got a lot of stuff. Of course, we'll do a nice tee. I'm gonna work on some ladies' dresses. I'm gonna work on swimsuits for this year for the ladies. Some swim trunks for the guys. I got a lot of stuff in the works, man. People gonna be happy this year with this brand. And some little light leather coats.
Yeah.
For the season for the cool nights.
Oof, man, you gonna be super busy.
Super big. Well, it's already in the works. So see, the work is done. Now it's on my manufacturing teams to push it out.
So what's your creative process? Because like I was explaining to somebody earlier, I was like, it's different because you have a lot of people who think they design stuff, and they just putting print on things. You design. What's your
Right.
creative process for your designs?
You
How
know
you
what? I look at the trends. I look at what's going on, what's trending. I look at what's going on in Paris, and that really dictates what you should bring to the market. So, I do a lot of it. I have a lot of constituents that's overseas. And so, they're telling me what's going on. Like the jacket you have on right now, that
Mhm.
jacket's going to be hot for this season. So I'll probably do something in the stripe for this season. You know,
Let me know.
um,
I can use another one.
oh yeah, that's gonna be hot for the season, man. So seersuckers.
Yeah.
That's always a big one into the season. You know, um, big colors. So colors this year are gonna come back. So you'll
Mhm.
have a lot of what do you want to say? The louder colors are gonna come back this season. You're actually gonna see neon come back this season. So
Really?
yeah, you'll see neon come back for
Sound like
men and women.
little flashback to the 80s.
Yes, so that's what it is. So it's going to be a retro flashback, back to the 80s and 90s. And you'll start seeing that. Even with the eyewear, you'll start to see me make more things that are geared towards 80s and 90s because all that stuff is coming back.
Because I know it's like you brought back like the little cat eye joints. I seen some of them.
Big facts.
So you really just be on it. Like, man, how you keep up with all this international stuff though? Like, come
Man,
on.
listen, you got to break your day down. Like usually at 7 p.m. every night, I'm on overseas. So
Right.
I have three different manufacturers that I work with every single night religiously, and so we start a couple increments at a time, and we start to work on different designs. We work on what the palette's going to be for this year, and we just work every night,
Mhm.
365 days a year. We work on this. We don't take no breaks, no breaks.
But you got to make it happen. You have a goal that you're trying to reach.
That's the only way we can reach it. That's the only way.
I really respect your grind, my brother. It's
I
like you are
appreciate it.
so on top of it. Like I said, I've sat back and watched you on social media, and I'm like, this dude is really getting in. I remember the first time I had seen you, I was like, brother making sunglasses. I'm like, wow. I just thought that was incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because like I said, it's unheard of.
You know, it's I got a big project, and I'll tell you all about it. I got a big project about to come out with Phaedra Parks from Atlanta Housewives. It's gonna
Mm,
blow y'all away. It's gonna blow y'all away. So if y'all know Phaedra, Phaedra's extra, and Phaedra, she only does luxury things.
right.
So we got a really nice product that's gonna get ready to come out, and y'all gonna be blown away.
Man, that's incredible.
You know, the best thing is now, our culture is starting to embrace the brand. They're embracing it like really tough right now, and by them embracing it, it's putting us in such a situation where we can really do some things, like really do some things. And that's all I wanted was for us to be able to really do some things and really grow together, and now they're starting to see it like they're respecting it like, no, this man for real, you
Yeah.
know? It's no more question. It used to be a question like, you sure? Now it's like, all right, let's do it. So that's the difference now in the conversations that I'm having. People are like, no, this dude for real, you
Man.
know?
What's the best let me see how I can put this. Like geographical wise, are you doing bigger on the East Coast, West Coast, down south right now? Like what area
You know
is
what? I
the most?
thank God, man, it is even across the board. I thank God, man. Even overseas, we do a third of our business overseas. A third, So I thank God, man, for showing me favor because, we hitting it from all angles right now.
That's rare.
And it's rare. It's
'Cause
rare.
it's usually like it's either popping over here, it's popping over
Yep.
there. It's very rare that you get that type of love.
You
So
know,
that means the decisions you're making, you doing the damn thing. You make some good decisions.
I just think when you open up something that nobody's heard of, everybody's becoming aware of it, and the culture is really taking a hold of it. Like, this is dope. This is really dope, and we want to see you win. So nobody's like throwing shade or hate. Everybody want to see this brand win because they understand it's not about me. I'm building this brand for not us. It's for our kids. We need to
Right,
have something that if I die tomorrow, somebody keeps this brand going and going and going because this is our form of luxury.
right.
So people are seeing that now and they're like, this dude is real. He real with what he's saying.
And it's coming to fruition. I mean, especially, and I think that's the huge thing because people are seeing it. Like every time they turn around, like, boom, he got backpacks. Boom, he got this, he got that. You know what I'm saying? Then when we have all these models, people know it's like, hey, what's really going on up there?
Yeah. And that was my thing to use real people so they can tell the testimony themselves, that they actually got their hands physically on the product and they could be like, no, this is the real deal over here. And so that was my whole scheme in the beginning to use real people. What do real people do? They chatter,
Yeah,
So the chatter got to be bigger chatter and everybody started chattering and it started going, from state to state. People started talking about it, and I thank God for it. Just a good plan, good strategy that worked.
do you work with interns? Are you doing any interning or anything like that?
I used to, man, but you know what? And I was just telling somebody this today. Right now, I think this infant, this baby that we got, I must nurture. And
Hmm.
you just can't really do interns to build this up right now. I really got to put my thumb on this whole thing and really micromanage because we got to make this bigger
Right.
until somebody comes along and said, David, look, we're going to give you $10 million to make this brand really great. We're going to bring in this structured big old team to get it going. I got to keep micromanaging this brand, until we, cultivate it to the point where it just can become a legacy of a brand. You know,
Mm.
I don't want it to die like we've seen other brands that were, kind of motivated towards the African American community. All of a sudden, they were bought out.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's because we stopped cultivating the brand and we lost it.
Yeah.
So, we don't want to lose the brand at this point. We want to cultivate it where more of us have a chance at it. I would love to hit the stock market with this brand at some point, and really sell shares to my people.
Man, it's so crazy you say that because I'm like, why don't more black businesses hit the stock market?
Well, it's because, number one, we don't know nothing about it. Okay. Number two, that, we have to remove this thing called hate that us as black people are very familiar with. When we remove that, we can start growing together. But we have this in our heart. It's been here for over 400 years, and until we remove that, we can't move forward, and once we remove that, then we can start really growing as a group. I'm hoping, God lets me hit that $1 million point. And when I hit it, I want to start bringing that education to life,
Yeah.
because then I can really nurture some people, you know?
Because I tell my circle of friends, we talk regular, and we always talk about expanding our financial literacy.
Yes, yes,
A lot of stuff we just don't know,
yes,
you
yes.
know. And it's not a fault, but now it's like, all right, we have the opportunity to learn, so we have to take advantage and just go ahead and cultivate our minds, about the
Yeah.
financial aspect of a
Yeah,
lot of
and what it is, a lot of us as people, and I don't like to just pick on us, but a lot of us as black people are very afraid to invest into things, okay, without a sure bet, okay?
right.
I invest all the time into my business, and it's not a sure bet, okay? So when you start to invest more freely that way, you can start to cultivate businesses. Imagine if you had 100 people who invested $1,000 into something, even real estate. Look at
Yeah.
Akron, okay? Look at Akron. Let's just take Akron for an example. Akron has a lot of property that needs to be bought up. Now, there are people buying it up now, buying groups. But what if we took those same 100 people and we put our money in and we start buying it up? It's going to
Mm,
change. It's going to change the chemistry, you know and this is the things that we got to do, and that's why I'm trying to strengthen my brand so it can be that stake, that buying power, in order to do certain things inside the community. I want to open a manufacturing plant here.
oh, that's crazy big,
Yes, that's my
and
goal, man.
and that's what's good for the community and the economy on so many levels.
Yeah, we take that business away from overseas, we bring it here, and we really start to produce it in the States, you know but we got
Mm,
to produce it and be able to be competitive with overseas pricing. See,
right.
that's how my mind thinks. See, I was just, if you watch my live over the last couple of days on Facebook, I've been talking about cutting the middleman. And that's the number one problem we have as a culture. It's always
Right.
a middleman between us and the dollar.
Yeah.
We got to cut the middleman out. Why can't we go straight to the dollar? See, the thing where I win the most is I ain't got no middleman no more. I went straight to the source. I found all
Frank,
my manufacturers.
you Frank Lucas.
Right. I went straight to the source. I'm serious. I went straight to the source. I didn't want no middleman. I middleman for the first 4 years of my career. And I said, I refuse the middleman anymore. I had to find the sources. And I found the sources. And then people came to me like, yo, well, will you help us? Will you take us to your source? No. Now you got to get out there on the pavement like I did.
Yeah.
Find
Beat
your
the streets.
sources.
Knock on them doors. Beat the
Right.
streets. Pick it up.
Right. So those are the things, that's tough love, because nobody did it for me. And it was a very expensive educational experience, but I want more of us and for us to teach our young men, especially our young men,
Yeah.
how to get out there and fish, as they say. Once you
Yeah.
learn how to fish, man, nobody can beat you.
That's the one ideology that I really respect about LeBron James, how he put his team on. Like
Yes.
it wasn't about here's some money. It's like here's a job.
Right. I'm going to teach you how to fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no matter what, once you develop these skills, no matter what happened to me, you still gonna be all right.
Right. And that's the same thing I plan on doing. That's it. You know,
That's what's up. Now, for any aspiring designer, what advice would you have for them?
seek it out. Get to the source. You know, don't take shortcuts. You know, if you're going to actually design, if you're going to take the title of design, please learn how to design. You know, really educate yourself on the process. Because when you go stand on against the big runways of New York Fashion Week or any other fashion week that's on a bigger platform, and they see that you're not really a designer, it's all a problem, you know? So make sure that you understand the title that you take it. That's the key, you know?
And I imagine in that industry, even though it seems like it's a big industry, it's a small circle.
It's a very small circle.
So word does, if you
Yes,
slip it, like,
it's over. It's over, you know? And, you know, just make sure that you just hold true to the people. You hold true to what your mantra was in the very beginning. You know,
that,
whatever you say your brand was going to be about, don't change it 5 years down the line. Hold true to what you said your brand was going to be from the very beginning. You know, and anybody that knows me, I said it was for the people and it's by the people. And it's been like that for 9 years. And it's going to be like that for the next 30, 40, 50 years, as long as I'm here.
that's what's up. And real quick, growing up, what were the designers and styles that kind of you were into?
You know what? We'd have to take it back to the 80s and the 90s. You know, I was more influenced by the cross colors. You know, I was definitely influenced by your Pala. You know, even, you know, Dapper Dan, and that's one of my mentors. You know, Dapper
Really?
Dan, yes, sir. You know,
Wow.
Dapper is amazing. You know, and you know, he absolutely is like iconic. You know,
Yeah.
and I love the fact that he took somebody else's stuff and he twisted it so hard into his stuff, they had to pay the man for twisting it.
Because I've been by his store a couple of times because I used to live in Stamford, Connecticut. And,
Okay.
and we used to go to the Latin quarters, you know, in the late
Hmm.
80s. And
Yeah.
me and Rakim, they all up in there. I remember we used to go by a store like, man, we got to get our money up. We got to get our
Right.
money up.
Right. You go into Dap's place, man, you have to have your cash up.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
and then it was crazy how he started having like the MCM and all that, like on the tire covers of Jeeps and on the roofs of cars, man. Dapper Dan was amazing.
And still is to this day. You know, I salute the man because he set the trend. It's just that we didn't celebrate it enough. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We didn't celebrate the fact that this man was from Harlem and he had then flipped down. He had 20 little Asian women working 24 hours a day, you know, recreating all these pieces for all these major stars, you know, and they like dapper, 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 dapper. And, you know, people didn't acknowledge that until now, you know, until a few years ago,
Yeah.
you know, that's a long time.
Yeah. He was subject to not even been around after all that time had passed.
Facts.
You know, and then it was just crazy because like when they raided the shop, you know, people was just kind of like, damn, and left it there.
And left it. You know, but shout out to Gucci, you know, for realizing his greatness, you know, and allowing him to be, you know, the pinnacle that he is, you know, and let him shine because Gucci wasn't nothing without Dapper Dan.
Facts, big facts.
Facts. It's like,
It's like, because, you know, especially once we get a hold of something and get it popping, especially then, you
it's
know, you
over.
see it in the videos, and then all the big money players, they seeing the rappers shine like, oh, I'm about to
Right.
it's
Facts.
on.
You know, we make it flip, man. We take it to somewhere else in time, you know, and you know, look at the inspiration. All his inspiration now is all over Paris, all over Italy. You know,
Mm,
you got designers trying to recapture what he does. So, you know, that's part of what I want to do. I want somebody to start recapturing what we do. So you'll see us make more epic pieces, so people start to recapture those designs so we can go bigger, faster. Because now we have what he didn't have. We have social media. So,
Yeah,
a lot more people can see my stuff, whereas a lot of people didn't see DAP stuff, so I can do it a lot more efficient these days.
create a whole new renaissance.
Period. Period.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna have to come up to Cleveland, hang out with you, man.
Come on, man.
Man, we get it in.
Come
I
on.
just we
We got
definitely
it.
make it happen. But my brother, I appreciate your time so much. I want to thank you, man. This was real big for me, and like, 'cause I remember when I started doing this, because I used to do TV. Back in the early 2000s, I had local TV, and then I'm trying to get back in this thing. But what really, I knew you're doing the fashion and all that, but the main reason I wanted to interview you was because of how you was really looking out for your mom and balancing the two. And to me, that was bigger than everything, man.
I
I'm like,
appreciate
he's
it,
a
bro.
stand-up dude doing some big things. I gotta hear him. I need my people to hear him, and I know he can inspire others.
I appreciate it. We just gonna keep working hard. We're gonna keep God first. That's number one. He controls the whole wheel, and I think as long as we do that, bro, ain't nothing. We are unstoppable. You know.
There it is.
So
There
there
it
it
is.
is.
All right, thank you for your time, my brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
All
All
right,
right,
give your
one
mom
love
a
to you.
hug for me.
I
Tell her
got you,
Al
bro.
loves you.
All right, appreciate you. God
All right,
bless.
peace. Bless you.
Peace.